Bali. It makes up just a tiny part of Indonesia, but culturally it's one of the most unique places in the world. I've lived here for the best part of 6 years. I would call this place my second home. But take this place for example, Lempuyan Temple. It's one of the most oldest and most sacred places of worship in Bali, and yet I've never been here before. In fact, I have rarely set foot out of the comfort zone of Canggu and Seminyak down in the south. And that's not because I don't wish to explore this incredible island, but because before the pandemic hit, places like this temple were flooded with queues of hundreds and hundreds of tourists. Lempuyan Temple is located on the slopes of a mountain in the east corner of Bali and overlooking the most famous volcano, Gunung Agung. This particular temple is home to one of the most sought after photo spots here on the island, the aptly named Gates of Heaven. The view from here is truly breathtaking, and right now it's totally empty. Bali has managed to preserve its original traditions for thousands of years. The Balinese people who call this place home strictly follow a unique form of Hinduism, which involves many ceremonies. And while to a foreigner these extravagant rituals may seem random, they do follow a schedule, celebrating each milestone of life, such as birth, puberty, marriage or death, and even phases of the moon. One of the most famous ceremonies, which happens twice a year and lasts for 10 days, is galunggan. It's easy to tell when galunggan is on its way because these decorative bamboo poles called penjor are erected outside every house. Galunggan celebrates the triumph of good over evil. It marks a time when the spirits of the dead visit the earth. On this day, the Hindus will head to the temple wearing traditional clothes and large parades will block the street. And the beauty of it is, this is not a show, this is not something that's put on for tourists, this is real life for the people and their beliefs. I'm one of the few foreigners lucky enough to be here right now, but even without the hordes of visitors watching this spectacle, the ceremonies still happen and life goes on for the Balinese Hindus. It's time to head off to the farming heartland of Bali. The Batur complex is a 20-kilometre wide collapsed caldera of very fertile soil, a lake and a lot of hot springs. Right now, I'm going to go for a nice drive all the way around Gunung Batur, which is one of the big mountains in Bali. In fact, actually, no, it's not that big, but it's very beautiful around here. It's in a huge caldera with a lake, and I'm going to drive all the way around and go to some places that I've never been before.
Cari Inggris.
Cari Inggris ya?
Ya.
Mau kemana?
Saya, aku tidak tahu. Sunrise Hill Camp here. Aku mau lihat. Hey. Just cari-cari, just lihat-lihat. Ya. Just explore, jalan-jalan.
I was actually looking for a place called Sunrise Hill Camp, but I will come back here later, so no worries. The roads around here are absolutely stunning, perfect for my adventure bike. Maybe not the best if you're on a scooter, but the locals seem to be able to handle these hills better than me.
Look at this. This is absolutely incredible. Wow. I am really enjoying my time up in Batur at the minute. I'm not going to climb the mountain because I've done it before, don't want to do it again. But just exploring around this area is absolutely amazing. This is one of my favourite places in Bali actually. And what I'm hearing from most people, not just here but all around Bali, is that everyone's really struggling for for money. What it seems like is a lot of these homestay owners, some of them have taken their children out of school because they cannot afford the payments anymore. They've had to sell their cars, or the bank has taken their cars from them. There's a real consistent story of desperation from a lot of the people here. It's very sad. It really is sad. So I hope things change, and I hope the tourists do come back soon. Here you can see there's a lot of farming going on, so people have that to turn back on. But other areas where there's no agriculture, it's pretty difficult. Here it is. Here's the beast loaded up. My trusty steed. Wow, look at all the flies here. There's flies absolutely everywhere. Wow, this is insane. Hello. Hi. Oh, I think he was trying to sell me a lettuce.
So after last week's disaster of me dropping my bike into a rice field while playing with the follow mode on my drone, I decided that here would be the safe place to really test it out. And what a stunning place it is to do that.
Okay, so I've been told the coffee here is really good, and it's right on the top of the mountain with a great view. This is cold as fog. So I don't think I've ever drank coffee in such a beautiful location as this.
Yeah, the coffee wasn't bad, more like coffee flavoured sugar water, but the view is well worth it here.
I've already unpacked my stuff, so I'm staying in a, let's say, unique place. It's just down here, I'm going to show you. Oh. It's really awesome. Awesome place. I'm really loving Batur. I'm really loving Bali right now. Oh, so good. Nobody here.
I had the whole place to myself. It cost around $30 per night, included breakfast, and has a hot spring pool that I'm about to test out.
The water is so warm.
Have a look at this, check this out.
Just gonna have my morning coffee. So actually now I'm still in Batur, but I'm going to, trying to go to Nusa Penida. So I need to take a ferry, and apparently very little information on the internet, but apparently the ferry goes at about midday, and I've got to be there by 10. Well, I'm going to be late if that's the case, so I'm just hoping I get there in time. If I don't get there in time and I miss it, no worries, I'll just travel around a little bit more around Bali. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to going to Nusa Penida. It's going to either be today or tomorrow, so let's see.
So the drive to Padang Bai from Batur takes around 2 hours. Most tourists who go to the island of Nusa Penida would take one of the fast boats leaving from Sanur, which is a place much further south. But because I had to take my motorbike, I needed to take the larger car ferry.
So I'm here in Padang Bai. I've just packed my bike up. I'm gonna go on a ferry that looks a bit like that, but mine's not here yet. Got to wait another hour or so. Yeah, so that's it. Go find something to eat. Thank you. So yeah, this area is usually absolutely teeming with people, and all these fast boats are usually on the way to one of the Gili Islands, and now there's just nobody here. So the boat's finally arrived, about 2 hours late. Sudah?
Sudah, silakan masuk.
Terima kasih. Finally moving. Oh, you know, that took ages.
The ferry takes around 1 hour to cross and the boat is quite pleasant. I have been on worse. The boat costs around $4 per passenger and about $10 for the motorbike. The roads in Nusa Penida are very quiet and very windy. My bike is beautifully swallowing up all these corners. I'm staying for a couple of days in a homestay right in the middle of the island. Since it's quite a big island, there are lots of places that are very spread out, so I decided it would be better to choose somewhere central, right in the middle of everywhere.
Sam.
Sam.
Yeah.
Sam.
Sam.
Okay. Want to go?
Please, yeah.
Sorry, I little speak English.
Aku bicara bahasa Indonesia sedikit aja.
Wah, pintar. Kunci itu. Mau dibawain barangnya?
Ya, tunggu ya.
Room number 6.
Oh, 6, ya. Sini.
Ya, di sini.
Ya.
Sama-sama.
Hello.
Oke, bye.
Bye-bye.
Ya, mau istirahat kamu. Mau bobo.
Nah, bobo.
Mau bobo.
Nusa Penida is home to some of the most epic, most iconic and most phenomenal places in Bali. The places that you see on billboards, plastered all over Instagram, most of those places are here. The diving in Nusa Penida is absolutely amazing. So much marine life, very healthy coral, and there's always a chance to see something unique. Like this mola mola, probably one of the weirdest fish in the sea. Also, rays. Rays seem to be everywhere here. Marble ray, eagle ray, and of course, the famous manta ray. Pretty much guaranteed to see these every day in Nusa Penida. Everything you've seen so far has been a warm-up. The real adventure starts now. I'm going to drive the motorbike all the way from Jakarta to Bali, across the whole island of Java. climbing mountains, volcanoes, the waterfalls, the temples. It's going to be an incredible adventure. So I really hope you can like this video. Please subscribe and join me.